Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Demon's Souls. As you all know, this game is receiving a remake and I've got a lot to say about it, and I thought we would just jump into the OG Demon's Souls as it is now known, and just talk about some things that I would like to see, what we can expect, and systems in this game that definitely need some extra care and attention. Some stuff that needs fixing outright, some stuff that just doesn't work very well, and we can speculate on what we might see, whether we'll get any new content, or you know, maybe the cut content will make a reappearance. Anyway, let's go. One thing to mention immediately is that Demon's Souls character creator is awful, so they should definitely improve that, and I'm almost certain they will, right? Because even From Software, the character creator gets better with every game, and it's really rough in this one. We're going to skip past the cutscene. We are going to play the tutorial. Yo, if you've ever tried to record footage from a PS3, it is honestly so fucking convoluted, it drives me insane.
I shall guide you.
I have to use a HDMI splitter just to record stuff, and it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, Demon's Souls. What can I say about this game? It has the most oppressive atmosphere in the entire series. And you have to wonder, there might be a change there with the remake. It certainly looks a little different in that area. So the atmosphere probably won't be quite as oppressive as it is here. And yes, you can see this game looks rather dated, but I still think it looks quite pleasant. You can see a lot of jaggies. There's not much anti-aliasing, if any. And you are fat rolling by default. However, I think this game is incredible. And I am stoked that we are getting a remake. The leaks have suggested so for a long time, but I never did quite believe the hype, because I choose not to get my hopes up, man. The amount of times I've heard that Bloodborne is coming to PC, right? We're fat rolling. So, oh god, the UI. Yes, this definitely needs an overhaul. You got fat roll and fast roll in this game, and on the whole, armor is just rather useless, I find. So it will be interesting to see if they implement anything to make armor a bit more useful. There is no poise, or wow, I can't see, or any system to actually, you know, not get stun locked when you are hit. Right, there's no poise or anything. I don't expect they will change things in that area, but for that reason, armor kind of sucks, and defense is just not as important as you might think. So yeah, this game is dated for sure, but I still think it holds up. Yeah, man, I'm so nostalgic for this game. It wasn't my first Souls game, that was Dark Souls, but I actually rage quit when I got to the parish, and I came back to Demons, and I made a very, very overpowered magic build and steamrolled the entire game. And although it was a little bit cheesy, I did really enjoy myself. So for that reason, I got into the whole series, and now these games are like, I don't know, I just love them. I live and breathe Dark Souls and Demon's Souls, man. So a few things that they can do to overhaul the combat. We need omnidirectional rolling, man, because much like Dark Souls 1, it's bound to forward, whoa, damn, forwards, backwards, left and right. And it just feels a bit clunky if you've played any of the newer Souls games, so I would like to see that addressed for sure. The other thing they need to fix, or at least massively overhaul, is the world tendency system, which is a really cool idea on paper, but it's really obtuse. Because of world tendency and the unique items you can obtain by manipulating your world tendency, what it means is 90% of players play this game offline, and they will always kill themselves in the Nexus, who maintain their soul form so that they don't risk dropping tendency, so they don't get locked out of certain items. And I don't think that was the intention when From Software designed the system. Wow. That push, man. Oh, the input's fucked. Yeah, this, I don't see this. I've never found any use for this, so maybe they could do something to make this not completely useless. But yeah, world tendency is a very cool idea. But yeah, as I've said, most people will just play offline and repeatedly kill themselves in the Nexus, effectively having only, you know, not half their health. I think it's 75% with the killing ring. In order to be in complete control of the world tendency, because otherwise, if you're human and you die, you drop the tendency, you can very well get locked out of certain items, parried. And there's a lot of good shit in these tendency events, right? Like the Dragon Bone Smasher, you need pure white, and that is just the god tier weapon, so I wonder if there'll be any changes there. Another thing that needs an overhaul is the parry and the riposting. It just looks and feels janky and imprecise. And this little glitch here, where if you parry someone and you don't riposte, you instead do a running R1 anywhere near them, they will just die. I'm sure that will be fixed, because that was obviously never intended. But on the whole, I expect a lot of the animations to be tightened up. They're going to need to balance magic. It's tough, though. It must be tough for them, because I'm sure purists would argue that everything should be intact, no matter if it was broken as fuck or not, right? So, but they have an opportunity to balance things a bit better, and I don't think this game is well balanced. Magic is just obscenely overpowered. It's fun, and it's interesting because magic has gotten subsequently worse with every Souls game since this one. So it's nice to come back and go on a little power trip with magic, but it does trivialize the game. Right, tutorial boss. Vanguard. If you've ever played a Souls game, you should find this pretty fucking straightforward. Although I remember playing this for the first time, I was terrified. I honestly thought, how would I ever beat this guy? But it's very straightforward. Do wonder if they're going to balance some PvP stuff as well, like the scraping spear. Although I didn't play this game when it was very, very active, I was pretty aware of, you know, Demon Souls PvP meta, and that was a common complaint amongst the community. Also, I wonder if they'll keep the grass system. I expect they will, but I don't think it's a very good system. The Estus system is just so far improved, and grass is a little bit antiquated. Because you can just run out of grass and then be fucked, or you have to farm, and that's not fun. And it's funny because Bloodborne kind of went back to a similar system, and you have to wonder why the fuck they did that. Because no one likes running out of healing items. Certainly not. Anyway, today we are going to run through the tutorial, and then we are going to run through Boletaria. What? Castle Boletaria, that's what it's called. As much as I'd love to do a full playthrough, we have just started Dark Souls 3, and we will be doing that for a while before we come back here. But I thought I would like to talk about this game, as we have just received announcement of a remake coming that was rumoured for quite some time, but I never believed it personally. I don't like to be burned. I don't buy into hype, because, I don't know, you just set yourself up for disappointment. But, man, I am stoked. I am stoked, and I'm really curious what they're going to do, because there's a lot that could be ironed out here, a lot of jank that needs fixing. The item burden system. I have to wonder, they should probably just do away with it altogether, right? Because what does it add? This is a unique area you will only gain access to if you defeat the tutorial boss. And there is Dragon God. Although he will kill you, you are supposed to die. That's how you first get to the Nexus. But you also get rewarded, you get some goodies. And honestly, Vanguard's not too bad. Especially if you've played any modern Souls game, you come back to Demon Souls and stuff is very, very simplistic. Of course it is. This is nearly a decade old, and it was the first Souls game. So yeah, movesets are nowhere near as intricate as they are in Dark Souls 3 or even 2 and 1 to some degree, but it's still a great game. I love it. It's drenched in atmosphere. Right, we got some goodies and now we are forced to get punched by the Dragon God. We will get a run back, but not for some time. Damn, dude. You died. But yeah, as I was saying, the item burden system, I understand that it's more realistic, that, you know, the things you pick up have a weight and your character can only hold so much. But honestly, it doesn't add anything to the game beyond making things more of a chore, because you have to go back and manage your inventory and drop stuff off with, what's his name? I can't remember his name, Thomas. And you can get yourself in some situations where you just can't carry certain things because you don't have the space, and I don't think it adds anything, so I'd like to see that system removed altogether. Although again, purists would argue that is Demon Souls. That's the Demon Souls experience. And if you're going to argue that, they should keep the item dupe in as well, because that's fun for just fucking around or like power leveling, doing all sorts of shit. I'm almost certain that'll be removed though, like, because it was never intended. But hey, I am optimistic about this remake, and even if it turns out to be a disappointment, we will always have the original Demon Souls, and for that reason alone, I will keep my PS3 until the end of time. For this game alone. And similarly, I will keep my PS4 for Bloodborne, unless they bring it to PC, and they fucking should. From Software, bring it to PC. I love the Nexus, man. It might be the best hub in all of Dark Souls. I love Majula too. The hubs are great. The hubs are great all around. From Software are great at making hubs. You have died and the Nexus has trapped your soul. You cannot escape the Nexus. Right. There is stuff to do here, but we're going to jump right into Boletarian Palace. I love this level. It's one of my favorites in the Souls series. Just such a well thought out level. Not quite a tutorial. It's challenging. It's very good at teaching you what to expect from this game. Dude, I can't wait to see Valley of Defilement remastered. That is honestly one of the most hideous areas in the series, in a good way. It's just disgusting and decrepit, and honestly, you really do not feel welcome there. So I can't wait to see what they do there. I can't wait to see what they do in general. Demon Souls is a fantastic game, and it definitely deserves a new coat of paint. There's lots to be improved here, and there's lots that FromSoft have improved with the sequels. Well, they're not sequels, you know what I mean. The other Souls games. Oh god. Right, yeah, just some of the movesets as well could be ironed out a little bit. They just look a little bit janky, you know. This is a pretty lengthy area too. And for at least a good chunk of it, you will be at half health because you have died. I do wonder if they'll balance the cling ring. They probably won't, right? Because it's a very essential part of Demon Souls. But if you don't use the cling ring, you're effectively at 50% health always. And that's not a lot of health. But you only get 2 ring slots in this game. So what that means is you're pretty much always going to have the cling ring on, unless you are human. But because of world tendency, you don't want to be human, because you could die and fuck it all up and lock yourself out of some goodies. But yeah, that entire system just needs an overhaul, I think. I wonder if they'll increase the amount of ring slots. That could be interesting. 2 is just not enough, especially when one of them will almost always be the cling ring. So really you have 1 slot. Unless you're human, you're not likely to be human unless you're co-oping. So yeah, rings in general could be balanced better. Oh, nice, dude. Parried. Yeah, like the riposting just looks fucking janky. Things will clip into one another and all the ragdolls. Keep the ragdolls though. Absolutely. Gotta say, I'm really enjoying this. I love this game. Yeah, see, do a running R1. I learned that from epic name bro Ian B. He's done some very, very awesome Let's Plays of Demon's Souls, although I think he's removed some of them for some reason. Which is a shame. He is one of the very best Dark Souls Let's Players. He's got a lot of interesting stuff to say about the Souls series. But I'm trying to think of other things that are like overtly broken or not functioning as intended in this game. I think I've covered them for the most part. Oh no, the upgrade system, man, that needs serious work because some materials you can only get from crystal lizards, right? And it's based on a percentage chance. So you could very well never get the thing you want, and also crystal lizard spawns are limited. So you can be making a build and you very well might get yourself into a position where you can't possibly fully upgrade your weapon because you just got unlucky or you didn't manage to kill the crystal lizard before it got away. I think they have 3 or 4 spawns and that's it, and then you're out of luck. And also, if you've ever farmed for the infamous pure bladestone, that is such a fucking grind, and that is the sole reason that I do not do dex builds in this game, because fuck that. And I know you don't need to fully upgrade your weapon, especially if you're just running through new game. Like a +4 will do absolutely fine. However, it is nice to upgrade your weapon fully, and the idea of having to farm that one black skeleton over and over is ridiculous. So I would like to see them tweak the drop rate. Or potentially just add in a way to get these very rare upgrade materials that doesn't rely on RNG. Because I know some of the pure materials you get for like completing NPC quest lines or whatever, so it's odd that some of them just require you to either get really lucky or just spend hours farming. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, we're making quick work of Demon's Souls so far. I forgot about that. What the fuck? Never seen that before. That's some jank for sure. Yeah, sit down. Yeah. Shall we go kill the red-eyed knight? No, I don't think so. He will definitely kill me. Alright, blue-eyed knight. Not too much of a problem. Nice. Still satisfying to land those parries, but it would be nice if they just smoothed out the animations, and I'm sure they will, man. I have very, very high hopes. But again, if it sucks, which it won't, we always have the OG. And you can even emulate this on PC now. I can't because... Slow down. I can't because my PC's not very good. Well, it's fine, but it's not good enough to emulate Demon's Souls. But I like the OG experience on the console, man. This is the version I know and love, and the one I played fucking like 9 years ago that got me into the Souls series. Oh, I just love it, man. I love it. Dated as all hell, but there's something about it, man. Something about it. It just feels darker and more depressing than Dark Souls. Holy... No, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not. Fuck. Heal. Oh my god, I lucked out, guys. I lucked out. This is hideous. Spam. Spam. Right, I forget that full damage is very forgiving in this game. I thought for sure I would have died there. If this was Dark Souls 2... certainly would have died. Right, we need to run away and heal. Yeah, I wonder what they'll do about the grass system, because it just bloats your fucking hotbar, man, with all the different types of grasses, and then you can run out of them, and you might be in a position where you have to farm for them. If you're good at the game, you'll just be swimming in them, so you don't even need to consider them. So there's definitely work that needs to be done there. But who knows? They might keep everything intact for the purists. That would be a shame, though, honestly, because they have an opportunity here to really address some of the core problems with this game. As much as I love it, it certainly has some problems. One such problem, well, it's not really a problem, but they have armor sets that are exclusive for females and males, right? And if you pick up a set for a female and you're a male, you just can't use it. How about we get, you know, different variations, which is what they introduced in Dark Souls 1, right? Like the brigand set varies depending on the gender of your character, so that would be nice. Certainly. But yeah, I think one of the biggest things they need to address is the upgrade system, because it's very, very confusing, it's bloated, and it's unforgiving as fuck. They just need to streamline it all together, because you don't want to get locked out of upgrading your weapon. Kind of sucks. I wonder what they'll... Whoa! Frame rate. I wonder what they'll do about this really obtuse scaling the wall mechanic that's only used in a few instances. Thief's Ring. Right, we won that. So this is pretty much the setup that I use throughout the entire game, and most people will, because it's very good. That was a bold jump indeed. Right, this guy who's got full fluted set and the rune sword and whatever else, he won't fight these guys because he's a fucking coward. And more often than not, you will have to help this guy because he's a scrub lord. Is it worth using some firebombs? Sure. Okay, right, we'll be fine. You know what else I'd like to see? Plunging attacks, man. It's so odd coming back to this game. And you can't do plunging attacks. It's funny coming back to this. I don't think it's that hard at all, but when I first played it, my god. Even as an overpowered mage, I still struggled. Parried. Nice. Sit the fuck down. Right, you know what? I don't actually care about, what's his name? I was going to call him Otzdava. That's not it. That's a YouTuber. Oscar. I can't remember his fucking name, dude. Whatever. I'm not going to help him because it doesn't matter, because I won't be playing this beyond this area. I just wanted to talk about Demon Souls. Anyway. Let's get some discussion going in those comments, guys. What do you expect from the remake? Are you hyped? Are you not? What's the biggest change you'd like to see? What's something that you hope they don't change? Do you think they're actually going to restore the cut land of the giants? I don't think they will. Because From Software have a keen eye for level design. It wouldn't be right for another developer to kind of fill in the blanks and finish what they never finished. But maybe they would. I don't know. It'd be interesting. They're capable developers, clearly. But it might not fit, you know. It might really feel like, oh, this wasn't designed by From Software. I know that the map exists in the game still. It doesn't look that great in my opinion, though. Another change I would like to see, and this is very nitpicky, I don't like how your character makes no noise when he's in soul form. I understand why that's a thing, but I don't like it. Kind of ruins immersion for me. Partial will do the job, though. See, look at that jank, man. Okay, we are making quick work of this game. I have played it hundreds of times. Maybe not hundreds, dozens. Right, get ready for the frame rate to tank. Yes. Fuck me. Boulders. You can see the dragon over there. You can also see 1-2. 1-2. That's how people refer to levels in this game. Like World 1, Level 2, so on and so forth. You can even see, although it's a bit of a blurry mess, this is an old game, we need to remember that. You can even see the place where you fight False King Alan, which is an amazing boss fight, one of my favourites in the series. Another thing I'm curious about, pretty much, I wonder if they'll balance the Crescent Falchion or move it or anything, because it's so fucking good, man. I don't really make builds in this game, because I find that the upgrade system is so fucking convoluted and so unforgiving that I don't often make builds. I just run through the game and I grab the Crescent Falchion, and that'll do me for the most part. And it will carry you through the game, through New Game, and you'll be okay. But if they balance things a little bit better and fix the upgrade system, I might actually be inclined to actually play through this game and actually make fully fleshed out builds. Saying that, I never did PvP in this game, so I kind of just start a character, run through the game, go through every area. And then I'm done. And this is quite a short game, all things considered. Especially if you are familiar with it. Alright, let's go. Have we made it? Yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Are they following? No, okay, never mind then. Right, I'm having a great time. It's a shame that I can't just keep playing, but yeah, special video today. I thought let's talk about Demon Souls and let's get some conversation going in that comments section. Are you looking forward to it? If so, why are you not looking forward to it? Let me know why, etc. I am personally really stoked. Really stoked. Of all the Souls games, this is the one that needs a makeover the most, being the oldest. But I'm also curious. Who knows how much they'll change? If anything, really. They might keep it almost exactly the same, but with a makeover akin to the Crash Bandicoot trilogy and the Spyro trilogy, where it's very much the same game fundamentally, just with a new coat of paint. Or they might actually fix things. I really hope they do. We might even see, you know, 2 game modes. One for purists and one where they kind of actually fix some things, add some things in. It must be quite difficult for them, really, because there's a lot of janky, broken stuff in this game, but it very much is Demon Souls, right? So honestly, I'm expecting 2 game modes. I'd like to see them introduce beards in character creation. I would hope so. I don't see why they wouldn't just overhaul that altogether. Like, what difference does it make, really? Just give the player more options. That's literally like a unanimously positive change. There would be no complaints from anyone. Right, these guys are just owning me. There we go. I'd like to see them fix this shit as well. The way you wield your shield in this game just looks fucking weird. Everything's kind of just a little bit unrefined and a bit unpolished, as you can expect from the first Souls game, but they got so much right early on, man. And this game still has a certain appeal to it that even Dark Souls doesn't scratch for me. And I think it's down to the atmosphere. And I really like, although a lot of the, what are they called? The archdemons, although a lot of the fights are not very good, I commend From Software for going a really creative route with them. A lot of them are what I guess you'd call them gimmick fights, right? It'd be cool to see them expanded upon and fleshed out, and like I said earlier, maybe fix Dragon God, because he's such an imposing boss, and you see him as early as the opening cutscene, or the title cutscene, before you've even actually loaded the game, right? And when it comes down to it, it's like stealth Souls. It's got no business being in a Souls game, so it'd be cool if they just did something there. I'm stoked though. I am stoked. No matter what they do, I'm sure I will have a fucking blast playing through it, and we will be covering it on this channel on release. Sony have secured my money once again, those jammy little bastards. Those jammy fucking bastards, right. I dislike that things get auto-added to your hotbar when you pick them up. And that was a thing in Dark Souls 1 as well, which they fixed with the remaster. This UI will get an entire overhaul. I'm almost certain. Like, it's really not that intuitive. Check world tendency. If you don't know much about this game, like, what the fuck does any of this mean? Displays each area's and the character's soul tendency. And that's one of the biggest problems with that system, is they don't explain it at all. At all. And if it weren't for the wiki, I'm sure a bunch of us would have no fucking idea. So I'm also expecting them to explain things a bit more than From Software originally did. Right, we are buffing with turpentine. This boss is weak to fire. Alright, there's not much to this, but it's cool. It's the first proper boss of Demon Souls. It's not too challenging. We're going to throw some firebombs at it. Certainly likes to tank the frame rate. The OST is unusual in this game. There's a lot more brass instruments and like horns and shit. It's hornier, man. It's horny. It's so horny, dude. I love getting infinitely staggered. Right, yeah, game plan for the moment is you want to take care of these little blobs to make yourself an opening to get in there. I just saw one of them fucking jump, dude. And then R1 spam will do the job. Well, it won't. We have to be somewhat careful. My buffs run out. That's fucking annoying. They certainly could speed up some of these animations as well, like throwing stuff and ladders, dude. Ladders are horrifically slow in this game. And maybe they could add the option to slide down them like future games. They should really just try and introduce some of the quality of life aspects that were introduced in the Souls sequels, even though that is very much a separate series. A lot of it should be brought over here, almost definitely. I mean, From Software have fixed so much of this stuff in later installments. All Bluepoint really need to do is play Dark Souls 3 and be like, right, yeah, let's put that in Demon Souls. That works real good. Nice, done. The demon was destroyed. You shall obtain the demon soul and a power that is beyond human imagination. You revived. You have regained your body. Bring more souls, slayer of demons. Right, we're human. We're also done here. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, guys. Let me know what you think about the Demon Souls remake, whether you're excited, what you want to see the most out of it, what you're expecting to be changed, what you think won't be changed. Do you think they'll restore the cut content? Do you think they'll add new stuff altogether? This is quite a short game, so who knows? Either way, I'm fucking excited, and I just want to say thank you for watching, as always. Take care. See you in the next video, hopefully. Have a good one. Bang your heads. Goodbye. How do you fucking do gestures in this game, man? I don't know. I just want to wave, dude. I know it's got fucking 6-axis support. Right, that'll do, I guess. Alright, see you later, guys.